In 1952, the Cold War was at its height. Peace was a dirty word. The establishment regarded the peace movement, and the right wing regarded the peace movement as the Communist Front organisation. A decision was made to hold a carnival for peace and friendship, mainly in Sydney, and to invite delegations of young people and students, workers and students, to come to Australia. And the carnival was to operate over a period of 9 days, opening with a big rally, gala rally, at Hollywood Park out West Sydney, and then having 157 events between then and the end 9 days later, where there was a big peace march through Sydney. So the Menzies government decided that they would do things that they would undermine and the carnival and stop it from being a success. The way the carnival was going to operate was that there would be delegations from each state of Australia. They would all put on a concert as their state contribution, including a delegation of Kiwis. So the big unions would each handle one event. My union, one event was a gala dance night, a cabaret night at the Bankstown Town Hall. The different ethnic groups would put on events. So you had all these different groups putting on events. I might add the Seamen's Union role was to organise a surfing carnival, a big surfing carnival where the clubs, surf clubs, competed for a prize from the Seamen's Union. What the Menzies government did is to use the federal police to put pressure on local councils to cancel all bookings made by the festival committee, so the events couldn't take place. And they were successful in getting 18 clubs, 18 councils to cancel a booking. One council, I think it was Paddington Council, decided to proceed with the booking. They refused to give entry visas to a lot of the delegations coming from overseas, but not to all of them. So this was the environment that existed at the time. I was not on the leadership committee of this event. My role was, and my union's other role outside of the cabaret night at Bankstown, was to organise the labour to prepare for the opening gala day, the opening. And so we had to erect, a big stage. You put bands on and choirs and etc. and dance groups on the stage. We had to, get all toilet facilities and a lot of other facilities. We had to map out an area for sporting competitions, an area where you could have a parade, etc. Anyway, the government's pressure was put on the Fairfield Council to cancel the agreement that the private-owned Hollywood Park company had with the Carnival Committee. And so it was cancelled. And the Peace Movement and Carnival Committee took the council to court. The court case proceeded up to halfway through the week that the carnival was to take place. And 3 days, if my memory's right, the signal came through that we won the case and the carnival could proceed. I had organised the carpenters to maximise production time to go out there and live in tents. So the signal came through that on the Wednesday evening, late Wednesday, that we'd won the case and we could proceed. So I got the carpenter together and had a talk with them about it, and it was impossible for us to get it ready in time. So I thought, what am I going to do? So I rang Len Donald, who was the secretary of the New South Wales branch of the Communist Party at that time, am I right? And I said to Len, we can't do it. It's impossible for us to do it. And so he said, it has to be done. We can't allow the forces of reaction to defeat the peace movement. So he said, how many extra volunteers do you need? And I hadn't thought it through, and all this is coming very quickly, and I thought, fuck it. So I said, a couple of hundred. And he said, Jesus Christ. And so he said, we're going to concentrate on Friday. So the carpenters worked on the Thursday from dawn to dusk, etc. 10 minutes lunch break, not 45 minutes. and we started work. And I remember us on the Friday morning getting up at dawn and starting to work. And I was looking across the oval or the park, the other end where the entrance was. Main entrance was for cars and that, and parking area, looking and working away and keep one eye on over there. And then all of a sudden, quite early in the morning, people start to arrive. And they came with their carpenters' nail bags, their handyman tools, their saws, their hammers, their whatever. They brought them and they start to come across the park. And for me it was like the volunteer brigades in Cuba. So we had people from everywhere, men, women, old people, young people. So we were prepared, we put them to work. And I'd said to Len Donald, we'll have to work right through Friday night. So I said, we need electricians, we'll need floodlights. So we got the electricians, we got the floodlights, and we worked all Friday night to the morning. And we were ready with about half an hour to spare. So we were totally stuffed. So we went back to the tents, and we never participated in the opening parade because there was nothing left to give.